Dan's average score on 7 tests was 80. He scored a total of 486 marks on the first 6 of those tests. How many did he score on the 7th test? Well, to find an average, we normally sum up the number of data items, let's call that sum x, and divide it by the number of data items. In this case, there were 7 of them. And this is equivalent to 80, as the problem says his score on 7 tests, the average was 80. And so we can calculate, this implies that x is equal to 7 times 80, which is 560 marks. He scored 486 marks on the first 6 of those tests. How many did he score on the 7th test? Well, the total he scored we have calculated here as 560 marks. So if he scored 486 in the first 6, we can find what he scored on the 7th test by simply subtracting from this. We have 74. So he scored 74 marks on the 7th test. So this is just based on the fact that we understand average. We have a total which is the sum of all the data items and divided by the number of items. And we've told that there were 7 tests, that's the number of items. And he would have had the average being 80. And so we can calculate what that total was, which was 560. We take away 486, which is equivalent to 6 of the tests, and we have the answer 74 marks. Tony spent 3/8 of his money on a gadget. The amount he spent was £150. How much did he have at first? Well, they're telling us that 3/8 of his money was spent, and that amount is equivalent to £350. So we have that 3/8 of some amount that he spent is equal to £150. We can do this in one go using algebra. We call that amount x. So 3/8 of some amount he spent is equivalent to 150. So we have what? 3x over 8 is equal to 150. So we have 3x is equal to 150 times 8, which is 8 5s 40, 8 1s 8, and 4 12. So x is 1200. X is 1200 divided by 3, sorry. And that gives us 400. It's £400. I've done it in one swoop using algebra. So we know that 3/8 of his money, and this of means this 3/8 of, which is multiplied by some amount, and that's what we've used x as that amount. 3/8 of x is equal to 150. And then we just solve this equation. 3x over 8 is equal to 150, which gives us x is equal to 400. Another approach would be to consider that 3/8 is equal to 150. We can find for 1/8, by dividing 150 by 3, that gives us 50. So if we know 1/8 of his money is £50, and he spent 3/8 of it, he would have left with, if he spent 3/8, then he started with a hole and spent 3/8, so you would have 5/8 there. And we can find out what that 5/8 is because we know 1/8 is 50, so 5/8 is equal to 5 times 50. So we know he had remaining £250. And to arrive at the same answer, we just add what he had here initially, which is 150, to what he had remaining, 250, and that gives us £400. Let's write that. So 250 add to 150 give us £400. So it's a longer way of doing it. We don't use algebra here, we just use concept of fractions. If he spent 3/8 of it, he has 5/8 remaining. And to find for 1/8, we've just divided 150 by 3, and we're able to find for 5/8, which we know he had £250 remaining. And if he spent 150, then we know the sum of 250 and 150 gives us the amount he started with in the first place. Thanks for watching this video. My name is Alistair. Keep practicing. Bye for now.